Hello, Authortube, Booktube, everybody. Welcome to another video. I think this is number 14 now. I've just literally spent like, I don't know, about an hour? Something like that anyway. I was filming some intro stuff for something else and it just kept going wrong. Takes kept going wrong and it's crazy. I had to keep coming back. I thought, loads of problems. Loads of problems. I had this t-shirt on that was like causing this like weird kind of, I don't know, it was like really mad stripes. It just all went wrong. I had to change, I had to sort everything out. Crazy stuff. But one of the videos that I filmed was an interesting piece of news. As you know, I have spoken before on this channel about Jay's free library, the free library idea, and I'm so close to getting that off the ground. Like literally, I'm kind of concentrating on that now. I think I've got about 12 days of work left before I break for family commitments for Christmas, etc., and everything like that, and give myself a little bit of a holiday. I don't know if I've got enough time to finish it in that time frame. If I have, it'll be amazing. If not, it'll be very close to the start of the new year, start of 2019. But I've almost got the first story ready. I need to obviously get it edited, get it all sorted out, get a cover on there. Although it's a free book, I might still stick an ISBN in there just for copyright reasons, or however that might work. I'm not sure yet how that will go. And then obviously I need to spread the word, but social media and everything like that should help me amazingly with that. And we'll just see how it goes. I mean, the scope of it, in my head, the scope of it is exactly how I want it to be. You've got to kind of imagine that there's a school somewhere, or there's a kid somewhere, or, you know, when I do put books on there just for normal, you know, normal adult type books, there's someone on there, and literally they cannot like go on and pay for a Kindle book, even if it's like 99 cents, 99p or whatever like that, or they can't get to the Kindle app, they can't get to the other e-reader apps or anything like that. So they might have the opportunity to get like 5 minutes in a day to get on the internet and download a file. That's how you got to think of it. And then they've got access to free books, which I'll stick in the library. This is how it's kind of in my head it works. That's the success story there, you know. So let's see where it goes. I will, I think I will stick like a donation thing on there, just, but I need to look at the background of that. I need to look at the settings for all those things, because a lot of places there's a minimum, and I don't want there to be a minimum. Like if somebody literally sends in a penny or 10p or something, that I want to be able to set that so it's allowed. I don't want it to be like a minimum of, a couple of dollars or this, that and the other. Because, I mean, my books are on Kindle for the same price, so it defeats the point of having anything like that. I need to sort that out. So, but I'm very excited. about that. I'm really looking forward to that. And like I say, hopefully it will, with the power of social media. This needs an iron. Wow. I had the iron out earlier on. I was doing something else. But, yeah. The power of social media and the power of, like, your friends spreading the word and everyone spreading the word and etc. I am really, really hoping, that this is something that will take, and kind of, even if it's like a couple of readers on the other side of the world, benefit from it. It's a win. You can't lose. Yeah, you can't lose. There's probably a few hashtags. I'm thinking Joe's Free Library, maybe Free Books for All, although that sounds very familiar. So I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Free Books for All, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But speaking about the power of the internet, yes. And this is now going to sound like a bit of a soppy Christmas movie. Well, the end of a very soppy Christmas movie. You know, when you get to the end bit where it's all like lovey-dovey and all that. It's going to sound a bit like this. But, not mentioning any names, but a friend of ours on BookTube, many people will know exactly what I'm talking about, had some terrible kind of financial news this weekend. It really was like a financial smack in the face, do you know what I mean? Right out of the blue, completely no warning, and it was, you know, one of those things where you're just like, you know, and that kind of thing. The downside to it was they needed to find a certain amount of money very quickly. And this was a serious situation, you know, they had to find this money. They couldn't like say, oh yeah, I'll pay you next week or whatever. It wasn't one of those situations. They had to find the money. So they had to then obviously go and sell some of their equipment which they used for BookTube and stuff like that. Which then meant that they put out a kind of like a message saying, I'm sorry, but excuse me, I need tea. They put out a message saying, sorry, I'm not going to be able to film anymore, I'm not going to be able to upload, my channel's probably going to stop here until further notice. So BookTube, Authortube, friends, family, you know, anybody who kind of got hold of this message started to do what they could do. You know, spreading the word, reposting. There was a donation page. There was just all this stuff like that. And within a very short amount of time, I mean, literally, we're talking like less than a day, I think, like that. Everyone had just jumped together, helped raise some money, you know, and helped with the problem. And our friend is going nowhere. Our friend is staying where she should be, on the camera, and she's not going anywhere. So, there you go, like I say, the power of humanity. Soppy Christmas movie ending, the power of humanity, the power of friendship, the power of etc. and all that. Humanity wins. And, you know, the internet can be a very negative place at times. It really can. It can be such a negative place. But I think we won this one. 1-0 to us. Humanity and friendship and all the rest of it. And, but like I say, going back to the previous point, you know, as I say, if I ask for some help spreading the word about the free library, I know my friends and etc. My author friends and writer friends and reader friends and all that will help me out with it. It's a really nice situation when you know you're going to get some help, etc. So, what else do I need to talk about? I'm not sure how many more times I'm going to be able to upload between now and like Christmassy time, because it does, like I say, I've got a short amount of time to carry on working, a stop, family commitments for Christmas, give myself a bit of a break, and then I'm back on it. So it might be after, it might be before. If there's any major news, I'll sort that out. But I just really want to kind of like tick away at this free library thing and the vampire book. I want to, you know, keep going on with that, break the back of that as well, because that's coming out next year. What else? Let me get back to you on the free book over Christmas. I've got a feeling I can only do one, and it's going to be Amelia, I think. I will double check, because it's all to do with dates on Kindle. When you do Kindle, it's all to do with dates when you renew your Kindle agreement, and if you've done previous promotions and things like that, you're only allowed a certain amount in a certain amount of time. So I'll double check that. I'll get it 100% sorted, what I'm going to do, and then I'll let everybody know through Instagram or Twitter or here or wherever. But I think that is it. I don't think there's anything else to talk about, actually. Jess, I'm glad you enjoyed your portrait that I drew of you. Nice surprise. Yes. Did one of my portraits, you might remember that from a previous video when I was showing you the bookcase, when I showed you the portraits, I sneakily portraited somebody. Portraited? Yeah, I just made it up, it's a word. yes, I sneakily portraited someone and they loved it. So there you go. That's exactly why I do them in the first place. As a nice surprise for everybody. But I think that's it. I think that's it. I can go now. And hopefully these videos won't go on and my shirt won't go silly and, you know, it won't look like some sort of psychedelic music video underneath my chin like it did before. But yeah, we'll go from there. Right, okay, I'll see you soon, guys. I'm going to go on. I'm going to start working really hard. And I'll speak to you very soon. Alright, guys? Bye.